hello there, beautiful divine being of light. Infiniti here. I hope you enjoyed that kalimba. Thanks for returning to the channel or checking this out for the very first time. You are looking at the Trinity River here at 11 o'clock on the dot. It's absolutely beautiful. Another day, second day in a row where they did not spray overnight, waking up to being able to see the clear sky and so many stars. I swear I could see stars even better here than my last house. Just very, very, very minimal light pollution. It's even better here. And I thought it was great where I used to live, but it's amazing. And I'm being guided or told that at some point in the near future, I'm going to be guided out there in the middle of the night to really take it in, especially over this new moon that we have coming up soon. Yeah, I'm super stoked on that. So, today's Monday, the 27th of January, and we start the last week of January as we head into the new week. If you missed my astro energy report forecast from yesterday, was a really good one. A lot of messages came through for us in this week and what's all going on, and really the thing that hits me the most, and is just about, we've done a lot, we've been through a lot, we've learned a lot, we've healed a lot, but we're just getting started. That is really the thing to, it's like, we get this human fatigue because sometimes it's just like, it feels like a lot, and it's true, it has been a lot. Puppy, I'm not playing right now. How did that happen? That is interesting. The Dreamer card from yesterday got stuck here. I'm not playing right now. Got stuck. Oh, because I put this book down and the card got stuck. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, how did that all happen? That was interesting. But yeah, it was all of a sudden the Dreamer card was staring up at me. So that was also a big part of it too, is this new beginnings. That's the Fool card, and the Major Arcana is the Dreamer card. Anyway, that is one of the cards that came out yesterday. But today we have the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. Let me show you. This is a really, really cool deck, shaped like a hexagon. And I actually use this deck along with 4 other ones in the Oracle Tribe group, our Luminous Oracle Tribe group. It's all about really connecting more with Gaia, nature, shamanistic practices, medicines, energies. And this isn't like sold or marketed as a shamanistic deck, but it has a lot of these qualities, and most importantly, I was guided by Gaia herself to use this deck in that group. And I'm just shuffling here, kind of waiting. I was told, oh, here we go. And I was told earlier, I'm just doing one card today. We're going to keep this as short as humanly and divinely possible today. We have Quicksilver, card number 24. Oh, I've never gotten this card before. Here, let me show you. I left my pad over in the kitchen, but here we go. Quicksilver. So, I think we got moon there, moon energy, obviously silver. There's these silver pearls or spheres, and that yellow and green combination. So let's go to card number, what was it? 1024. right after copper is quicksilver. And that is slippery, mobile, mercury. Part liquid and part metal, quicksilver, also known as mercury, is a mesmerizing material. Its gift is to slip between worlds. I know what that's like. It cannot be pinned down or easily defined. Mercury came to symbolize the god Hermes and the great hermetic secrets of alchemy, always sliding away into secrecy, just beyond the alchemist's grasp. It is said Mercury represents the transition between the physical and the unseen worlds, between life and death, between science and esoteric. It is the metal of sacred thresholds. Shamanistic practitioners of every tradition must acquire the ability to stand at the doorway between worlds. This is no small feat. The Mercury card indicates the querent has a particular gift for such a task. This is the work of the shaman, teacher, sage, artist, and alchemist. Heed the call of quicksilver. The sacred threshold requires your attendance. I'm going to read that again. This is the work of the shaman, teacher, sage, artist, and alchemist. Heed the call of quicksilver. The sacred threshold requires your attendance. Go deeper, read the book of poetry Mercury by Ariana Reigns to ponder the power of a secret. An esoteric wisdom. Oh my gosh, my whole right eye is throbbing. Whoa. Oh my God, the energy coming through right now is super, super intense. I almost feel, shit. Hold on for me for a second. I feel like it's funny. First off, I'm going to finish reading because there are a couple more things to read here. But first off, I just got done saying how this particular deck has very shamanistic qualities. And here we go with one of the few cards that actually talks about shamanistic energies or the shaman that I've seen in this deck in particular. It is really quite fascinating for me that just all happened. Oh, but I just got like my whole eye socket, my bones just throbbed. And my skull has shifted quite a bit in the last 6 months. I haven't really talked about that openly. I've shared that with only a couple of people, as in when I was guided to. But yeah, that's a whole thing. I'm going to do a video about it actually. But anyway, I'm always fascinated that the way that my skull has reshaped itself is like right there at the temples. It's like gotten hollow at my temples. My cheekbones have gotten way up higher. My whole eye socket area is different, and that's to accommodate the energies that are coming through that shapes the skull for how my voice resonates. There's a few things to it, but I'm not going to go off on all that right now. But anyway, I know what I was going to say that's fascinating. Not only is that whole thing fascinating to me, but the fact of the matter is my entire skeleton has shifted and changed over these last few years to accommodate the new energy and body. And that is a thing. That is absolutely a thing. When you're working at a really high level, when you've done a lot of healing, when you're constantly connecting and your vibration is steadily very high, and you live a life away from other people that interfere with your vibration, after a while, your body shifts and morphs into a better, more refined instrument to receive and hold higher frequencies. That, and to be the better alchemist, the more attuned shaman, teacher, sage, artist. I'm all of these things. It's really funny. That's why I was laughing. I'm like, yep, I'm that. All these things. Quicksilver, Mercury. Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to finish reading before I go on. In esoteric wisdom traditions, Quicksilver and Mercury are associated with the lungs. It's no surprise that the shaman is a lifelong student of breath. Oh, that's hilarious. If you're attracted to shamanistic work, find a trusted teacher who can guide the way. Be discerning in your choice. I'm dying. All she's doing is talking about shamans and shamanistic stuff here. Oh my God, I'm dying. Alchemy reminds us you cannot transmit what you haven't got. Oh my God, so true. So true. You can fake it, but that has a lot of dark energy and dark magic, dark illusions attached to it. You know, the fakers, the people who aren't the real deal. I always say, like, in my testimonial form, one of the questions or one of the things for people to fill out is, Infiniti refers to herself as the real deal. Would you agree with that? Because there's people who are full of shit, there's people who are fake as fuck, and there's people who are the real deal. And I am definitely one of them. Not here to convince you or anything. It's just the truth. And if you're around me for any decent amount of time, or work with me or whatever, follow me, you will see how that just is. And I'm not done by any sense of the imagination. Like I said, starting off, I said, what really hits is that we've done so much work, so much healing, so much connection, so much ascension, so much reorganizing and shifting and changing of our realities, that it feels like how much more could there be? And the truth and the reality is that we just got started. So if you think you're anywhere close to being done, think again, because that is not true. We are just getting started to a place where things can really start to move forward. We're in 2025 now. You can see from the last 26 days just how much can shift and change in this year. And even leading up to January, for a lot of us, December was a major, major shift. We had so much going on in December, energetically and spiritually. I mean, I've talked about it so much. You can go back and listen to past videos, and you know, this has definitely been discussed in just the Gate of Great Awakening, the 1331 Gate of Great Awakening, and it's just that alone, but there are so many other things. Okay, so this talks about Mercury and the transition between the physical and the unseen worlds. What is between life and death, between science and the esoteric. It is the metal of sacred thresholds. I remember when I was a child, my mom for some reason, I don't know why, but she had a vial of mercury, and she let me play with it, and I, in just moving it, I just would spend so much time with this vial of mercury. I loved looking at it. She's like, you can't touch it, you can't hold it, because it's like there's a poison component to it, and it'll make you sick. She didn't tell me like what it would do, and I still can't, I don't know, I don't remember. But do you think I listened to her? For the most part. But I remember plenty of times I would open up that vial and drop that mercury in my hand and just roll it around and touch it for just like a minute and just feel the energy from it and just be like, oh my God, it's so fucking cool. Like, I just loved it so much. And I don't know what happened. It was just like many things, it disappears in your timeline or whatever, and it becomes a memory. Quicksilver. It's the things that are in your peripheral vision, I'm hearing. It's the out of sight. It's the almost, you can almost see it, or you can sort of see it and feel it. It's more about the knowing that there is the unseen there to begin with. That in itself is a higher consciousness thing, because there's a lot of people that are just like, no, if it's not there, it doesn't exist. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And just science tells us that that's not true. Just the human spectrum of light and vision is limited to what we know exists. So that blows that theory out of the water. But people insist if you cannot see it, it doesn't exist. And that is absolutely 100% not true. I'm being guided to focus in here, get us some patterns and light codes. So focus in on the video if you can. Let me get it right where I'm being guided to put it here. I'm not even sure. I'll know when it's there. There we go. So the doorway between worlds, the in-between, the unseen, where the shaman lives and breathes. Where the healer has to tap into. The threshold between the known and the unknown. Also, that is where most people don't like to go. In between the light and the dark. And to welcome all that is in these places, to be excited to explore when you're the mystic, the shaman. That is at your center. That is at your core. And that is what I am. It's what I've always been. Literally in any incarnation that I have ever had in any world or any dimension since my soul spark, which was one of the very beginning ones, one of the very first ones. I have always had that route to see between the worlds, between the realms, between the light and the dark, and to want to go into it, to explore it and discover it and share it and be a bridge. I was created to be a bridge between the worlds. All of us who have that in us, we have that. And it makes me emotional because I feel so blessed. So blessed that has been my repeated mission and journey and purpose, to do that for myself and to keep the wonderment of it all alive for my soul, my inner divine creator child, to bring it to other people. And I'm blessed even and especially for the amazing challenges and the particular type of journeys that I've lived because of it all. Because of being an in-between world walker. It's such a special, magical, amazing, blessed and divine unbelievably dreamy in all the ways type of incarnation again and again and again and again. And I have remembered several of them. And since I've been brought here, it's just so much converging, so much coming in, so much connecting, so much. Oh, look at their smoke. Can you see that smoke? Let me zoom in on it from one of my neighbor's houses. They're either burning stuff or they've got their fireplace going. I never actually did mine today. I left my oven open extra long and was busy, and before I knew it, the sun was coming through and it was warm in here, and I was like, oh, no fires this morning. Okay, that's cool too. And just another day, like I said, where it was clear, no chemtrails, no horrible fog. I definitely, having that not be in the air overnight definitely helps. But unfortunately, yesterday, I think it was around 2 o'clock, they sprayed a few chemtrails right over where I live here, and it blocked the sun, not completely, but I would say at least 50% the rest of the day. So they'll probably do the same thing today. Being guided to take you over here. So right after this video, and before it gets even later, and I think, oh, we're gonna go down to the river in the sun, like we always do, and like has been going on, because there's been this pattern. It's foggy and dense and overcast until 11, 12. I do my thing all morning, and then around 2, I try to get out with the dogs to have at least an hour in the sun with them. But last couple of days, it is not that in the morning, and it does, and we did get those chemtrails in the afternoon, so they blocked the sun. So I'm anticipating that again today. I hope I'm wrong, but I really am. Yeah. So yeah, I was just talking about how magical and blessed I feel, and I am, and what all that's happened through this, this last month and a few days since I moved here, and especially since I could fully unpack, not fully, I still have some stuff in boxes, but it's not the important shit that I need. It's not all my crystals. Like it was weeks without my crystals all being out, and it just I was just like, oh, it's hurting me. I need them out. Excuse me. And so they've been out for a while now. That has certainly helped. And, but just time moving forward and things going on and different messages, connections, happenings, places that I've activated here so far, but I just got here. There is so much that is going to come, and like I've mentioned in my other videos, I am creating and channeling down a new program, the Phoenix Rises and Evolve Now group program, as a companion piece to those in the Evolve Now program, which is one-on-one, or to do on its own. It just depends on where you're at with things, spiritually, financially, and all the rest. Anyway, that is a really big thing that is being birthed, and feels like a lot of components of alchemy is, and there's a lot in that group. So I feel like that is something as everything that's coming through for me, and with this message, this says here, okay, so let me go back. Shamanistic or shaman practitioners of every tradition must acquire the ability to stand at the doorway between worlds. Yeah. This is no small feat. The Mercury card indicates the querent has a particular gift for such a task. This is the work of the shaman, teacher, sage, artist, and alchemist. Heed the call of the quicksilver. The sacred threshold requires your attention. So this is a message to tell you, if you're listening to this, if you're in my groups, if you're in my world, this is speaking to you. You are being called to accept the fact that you're meant to be between the worlds, to stand at the doorway between worlds, to be an in-between world walker. That's what I call it, an in-between world walker. To not just stand at the door, but to go back and forth and walk the line that separates the seen from the unseen, and in all of its ways. And at the core of that is the truth. We always go back to the truth. We talked about that a lot yesterday. So this is about, at the very end, and what is really coming through here, as I'm guided to pick up my kalimba and move my celestite. We're in the sun again today. Is to know that as the veil thins, as you rise, as you intend to move forward and learn your magic and activate your abilities in the now, and set yourself up to receive what is to come in the future that is so magical, dear divine dreamer. That what's most important is the truth. If you want the truth, if you want to see the unseen, know the unknown, walk between the worlds, talk to the divine on both sides of the veil, know the difference between illusion and truth, you have to truly and sincerely want it and declare that, commit to it, and act and behave like it. Accept it when it comes. Open up your heart. Know when to take it in. Know that it needs time to process. And in many cases, and what came through earlier, I can't remember why, but it came through earlier this morning, was the messages need to repeat again and again and again in different ways, through different channels, because we're dense. This is a dense reality with a lot of shit going on, a lot to get through. And we will get the same messages again and again, and you'll hear me repeat. Sometimes it gets, tiring, but to hear it and to say it, trust me. But it's like, here we go again. This is it again. We're getting these messages again. again and again and again, because we have a lot of our consciousness built on bullshit about us and everything else, about who we are, where we are, what's going on, all of it. Our perception and our understanding is based on bullshit for the most part. And when we wake up and we start to see that more and more, it's a rearrangement of truth after truth after truth after truth, again and again and again and again. And we need to, as we spiritually evolve and physically and energetically, mentally and emotionally heal and connect to the truth, there's processes and processes again and again. And we just need to know that there's layers to this. It's not just, oh, you wake up and now, boom, okay. It's just so many different things. And we just have to accept that there's so much of our reality that is based on bullshit. And then we have to deal with the fact that once we get that, and we see that more and more and more, that we are able to understand that in all the different systems of reality. Where's the dark? Where's the light? What's the in-between? What's the truth? Where, how does it all fit together? It's a massive matrix of information and knowledge and wisdom and energy and connections, and we peel it back, and every single day and every single week and month and year, there's just more and more and more as we move closer to the galactic center through our stargates that happen every single month. And our job is to open up to all the configurations of the cosmos, of big things of energy that make it so we can calibrate to more divine truth. That is the whole point of the Age of Aquarius and moving forward, is that we are sent, because the truth is the divine. The divine is the holy truth. Not holy, like religious holy, but holy. W-H. Holy. The divine is the holy truth. That means that there's no false to the holy truth. It is holy truth. It is completely true. There's no measure of false to it. That is the divine. That's why the truth feels so good. That's why we're always seeking the truth. The seeker, the light warrior, the light worker seeks the truth. This is why you get punished for lies and the actions that come from those lies. And that's why we feel the need for justice and fairness, because of lies and what isn't true. Or what was pure that was made, that was tarnished with some sort of, when there's violence against, something that's pure, that turns it into something else. So, that is part of it too. But anyway, this is about making a decision, making a commitment to yourself as you move forward, that you want the truth, that you want to be guided to the truth. And it's really as simple as that. If you want the truth, you will be guided to places, spaces, experiences, and people like myself, and opportunities to experience more truth for yourself, which is going to heal you, because the truth is divine, and the divine heals. The divine is light. The divine is high vibe, as high vibe as you can get. So how do you not heal through that? Yes, sometimes the truth hurts, but it's cleansing. Even if it's a little harsh and you get a little raw, It's better than nastiness festering that is not true. And that being a component of your reality, anything that is a component of your reality that is not true is pulling down the vibration and the possibilities of your timeline, because it's negative energy. So just keep that in mind. This is what the dark side loves to do, is create false narratives and bullshit. This is the fight that we've seen for years now come out more and more and more. Where's the bullshit and the dis or the misinformation, however they want to call it, when they're doing it themselves? And they're fighting those of us who tell the truth. Like, I got a strike, not a strike, but I got a warning on my channel because of, and that's why I had to edit it and re-upload it from a couple days ago, because I talked about how certain injectables could be harmful. I'll leave it at that because I don't want the same thing to happen here. But they took down my video, and I didn't say anything that wasn't true. And I had to take a whole training about how this truth thing works and what gets you in trouble and what doesn't, what's within their parameters of the truth and how they manage the truth. I cannot freely speak here. And that's a problem. That is a problem. But yeah, we have to speak and behave in a certain way so we can covertly share information. And this is something that we've known about. This is the system that is in play, that is in power. So we need to want to get around that and move around that to get what is the truth. So this is all a reminder of really, truly the truth. Mercury came to symbolize the god Hermes and the great hermetic secrets of alchemies, always sliding away into secrecy just beyond the alchemist's grasp. But the secrecy is there for a reason, because at least, to a certain degree, in every single timeline that has existed thus far upon Gaia, the truth is magical and it is sacred in a lot of ways. That's why, there's not too many of us who can very clearly see the truth, because that can be turned and twisted as well. Hermes was one of creations, or at least for Gaia, one of the great alchemists, because Hermes was stationed in the in-between. And Hermes is another incarnation for Thoth, and that sacred alchemist magical energy. So tap into Hermes, tap into Thoth. These are very sacred, divine beings that were the kind of the ultimate shaman. They're not really referred to as shaman, but they absolutely were, because of where they were to receive, filter, and work with the truth, the quicksilver. I think that if there's anything here to be said about this, it is that see the truth as quicksilver. And the alchemists and the shaman's greatest tool and magic is truth. And I will leave you with that. You know what to do with the video, and the description always has extra info along with links to connect more with me. and my community. And until tomorrow, remember the Quicksilver and decide to live by the truth. Bye for now.